Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today is one of my Destash videos for my Thriftees. Yay! And what that is I go through some of the items in different areas in my studio, and I do some purging, and then I offer these items to my Thriftees. And they can say yay or nay, and they can choose which ones they want, and I usually tell them the quantity, and you'll see as we go along. And if you want to become a thrifty, the information to the video that explains what a thrifty is down below, and how much it costs to become a thrifty. And you need to go to that video, watch the video, and leave a comment on that video to be on the waiting list. I'm not taking any new thrifties until January. Because these thrifties will go into the later part of the month. Probably by the end of October, we will be done for the year. And that, we get into the busier months doing other things. So I don't want to be doing boxes up and stuff during Christmas. So that's that information. And you'll learn more as we go along. And then the other thing is our Facebook group put on by Caroline from Caroline's Craft Tree and myself, Kim, from Images by Kim. We have a group on Facebook called the Creative Collections of Free Digital Printables. And I am so far behind in showing you, doing a recap. This is just in the last little while, but I'm going to quickly go through some of them. And that doesn't even include what I had started this week. So yeah, I'm behind. I'll show that in the next video, I hope. And I've been printing a lot of this stuff, so there will be some options coming up for Destash with some of this because I have way too much. But I print on any kind of paper I have. This is done on book pages. Sometimes it's on the back of a bank statement. Those I keep because you don't need to know my personal stuff. But yeah, I print them on whatever, especially when I know I'm going to collage with them and cut them up, and you won't see the backs anyway. So I did some kind of labels and domino size printouts. And I think there's more in the pile here somewhere. Yeah. So there's those 2 pages. And then there were some Halloween black cats and some Halloween goth type images. Creepy clowns. More creepy girls. Really creepy girls. I think you can see them all. But they're beautiful in their own way. Then I did a few pages of perfume bottles on a kind of a vanity. So there are a few pages of those. And then these are original postcards that I've scanned and cleaned them up to show you or to use in your art. Excuse me. And then I printed smaller versions. So this is kind of like an ATC size. And then little minis to make clusters. These are great to just print onto some heavier cardstock and tuck into a journal pocket or a little tuck spot. Perfect for that. The bigger ones are great for, you can take the backs and back them up with the card itself. There are more backs on the other page. And then use them as a real postcard that you can tuck in your journal, add a stamp, add some writing if you want. So lots of fun that you can play with these things. Then there was a set of backgrounds. Now these were based on scans of some coffee dyed paper that I had done with doilies a while back, and I scanned them all, and then now I can print them out anytime I like. And so there's a whole bunch of those. Some are in more vibrant colors. Some of them I enhanced the colors on the computer. Great for backgrounds or signature pages. I just print them, like I said, on used papers, and then I use them in my collages and stuff. This one kind of went through the printer the wrong way, so the paper was torn, but it's because it's a reprint from something else. Sorry, I still have this cough hanging around. Thank you, Nancy, for your well wishes. But yeah, it's still hanging around. I don't know. I'm trying not to cough. It's just that stupid last little tickle. So there were quite a few pages of this, and when you go to the scroll down in the group, you will find the listing for this, and you just click on the link and then you download them individually. And you can download the colors that you want. You know, there's over 800 free digital printables on my blog, just mine. That doesn't include what Caroline is offering. And she's catching up to me. Slowly she's catching up. Yeah, this one I was doing some math or something on this side and just printed on the paper. Oh, here's some more of those labels. Now, these were business labels. And again, I put these through my printer on brown paper bags. And I should have ironed the paper first because you can see like there are some little ink spots in here. But I just work around it and cut them out and get past it. But it was because I didn't iron them out flat. So here it got a little bit caught on the end of the printer edge. And same within here, there's a crease there, so it got caught. So just different business labels and in a variety of colors. Now, I gave them to you where they're on a white background so that you can print them on anything you want. So if you have scrapbook paper, you could print them right on scrapbook paper and have different colors. Or your brown paper bags, if you have some of those in on hand, and if you have coffee dyed paper, you can print it on there, or tea dyed, pretty much anything. But a great way to use up that scrapbook paper that isn't perfect, but good to be a background on a label. Then there were these bird cards. Now the idea with this is that you cut the card, and you can either make it like a journal card, just like this, with some backing. Or you can fold them up on these lines and make like a little pocket, kind of a little folio, a mini one. And then just to use up some space, I had added these borders that you can use like a washi. But there's several pages of those. Yeah, this one I printed on the wrong side. You can see. And then I went and took these images, and I actually, if you look, you can see I actually cut them out to be sort of a T card size. You can just cut these out, round corner them, and use them like that with a little bit of, some type of backing, or print them on cardstock. This is just paper. And then I gave you 12 pages of these dress forms, and we're going to play with these one of these days. I did them all in black and white. There are a couple of colored ones here that you'll see at the end. Then I did some on brown paper. And the idea with this is you can take them like this and doodle or paint or, cover them in fabrics and laces and trims. You can glue this on the back of a nice paper so that you use this as a template to cut it out. And then you have the pretty paper on the other side, or plain brown paper on the other side. So there's so many options for decorating these things. You can print them onto your scrapbook paper, which you're going to see right away. And then I did them up in a smaller size. So there's 6 on a page here. So that's 6 full-size tags. They would look really fun if you, put a hole in there and a little eyelet, and then had some of those faux fibers, like the boa fiber or the eyelash trim, and then did a dress to match, or doodled and colored them up. So there's just as many pages of the smaller ones, and these have 12 on a page. And here I'm showing you where I did go and print them on scrapbook paper, so that all I have to do is cut these out, and I can add a little lace trim onto them, and or back them on. This isn't very heavy, so I might back them onto some cardstock, then cut it out, and then decorate it with some different trims and things. So just fun way to use up that not so perfect scrapbook paper, not your most favorite. And I know you can't really see it on here, but I did print them on this very colorful paper. So again, same thing. I can cut this out, glue it down first to a heavier stock, then cut it out, and then decorate it accordingly. And then these larger ones I printed on this paper. So, I don't know what this will look like once it's cut out, because it's through that lace, but it could be interesting. And if not, you can cover it up. So there are 12 pages, like 6 pages of the large and 6 pages of the small. This one turned out really pretty. That's a very pretty flower. And I thought I had it upside down when I saw this one, but they go in all different directions. So it was just fluke that this one's upside down. Here's another one on the colored paper. And then there were two sheets where they were already kind of black and white colors. So these you would just cut out as you like and use them that way. Same with the little minis. They're great for doing clusters. I would love to have these on, if you cut them out of cardstock and then have some black lace behind and do like a little mini cluster with lace and fabric, and then stitch a couple of sequins or something to enhance them further, and they will look beautiful. Another set of postcards. So I did these in the small mini size, and then I gave you the full size ones. And if you match them up, the front is with the back. So you just have to do some reading to figure out which is which, and then you can actually match them up. When they have like stamps like this, especially when they're in the nice colors, I usually leave them. But if they have very plain stamps or no stamp, then I will add a stamp, and then I will do some ink stamping on top of them as well. So it's fun to play that way. And this was another batch of kitty cats that were, I didn't print all the pages because I have so many digitals. But there were quite a few pages of the large size and then the small ones. So you have a good assortment of those. And that was just from the last week and a half before this week. I have a pile already by the printer to show you again in my next recap. So probably in the next video. Okay, so there's that. Got that done. Yay. So what are my thrifties getting in this week's D-Stash? Well, if you watch my little quickie video that I did where I was cutting out hearts out of fabric using my Sizzix machine, this is the pile of hearts that I cut out. And so thrifties, if you want these, I'm just showing you the big pile here. If you want these, I cut these out of, I think these ones were out of a pillowcase. And it's a smaller quilting stitching, so it holds it together really nicely. But you can see there's the batting in between and the back lining and then the front. So these are ready to put onto something. You can just do a slip stitch or, glue some lace or however you want. And they would make really pretty little pockets on a journal, like a kind of a little side pocket where this goes into the corner of the page. And they would make really fun decorations on the front of your journals. Do a little embellishing, stitch some buttons on here or sequins, trims, whatever you have. And again, a great little decoration to add on to a journal. So for my thrifties, I'm offering you 2 of this style. And then this was cut out of a placemat, and I thought it was fused together, that it would be the front and the back. But when I popped it out of the machine, they both popped out. So it's just a very kind of like an upholstery weight of fabric. So you get 2 of those. And then you get 2 in plain white quilting material because the quilt had lots of white. It's kind of an off-white color. And then as I was showing you on the video using the Sizzix machine, I was trying to capture the little flowers wherever they were on the edge of the quilt. So you get 2 with the little flowers on them. So again, so pretty to just add a little bit of lace or a little piece of a doily and then do some stitching with some buttons. Fun and quick embellishments for your journals, and for all kinds of things. And the heart shape is already cut for you, which is half the work, right? And if you have a Sizzix machine or a Big Kick machine and you have any of those Big Z dies, do go watch my video. I just put it up recently, so if you go on my page on my YouTube profile, you'll see click on videos and it'll be one of the first ones up at the top that you'll see. And it's just a little video that shows you how to best cut these using your Sizzix machine. And then the last one is these, this was out of a burgundy, burgundy and sort of this light brown quilt. And so yeah, great way to use up those quilt pieces. And then, you know, this is from a real larger quilt, excuse me. So there are sections where it's not glued or not stitched because the stitching is much larger on a quilt compared to on a pillow, where you can see like there's lots of stitching on here. Same with on this one, there's lots of stitching. But this is easily held together by, you know, doing some stitching or adding some other items on there, and depending on how you want to decorate. So you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 altogether. I will be cutting more of these eventually, but you get a 10 pack. So Thriftees, let me know if you want a 10 pack of hearts. Now, when I'm cutting them out, I'm using book pages, which I show you in the video as well, to cut these out. So each Thrifty will get a 10 pack of these as well, because I have so many pre-cut hearts. And what are these good for? Same thing, collage on them, glue some napkins on. You've already got the shape to cut it out again. So you can further enhance it, and this would be a really nice embellishment in the corner on a page, or, you know, right in the middle. It would be a nice pocket or a tuck spot, however you want to use to decorate it. So you'll get a 10 pack of each with your, if you decide you want these. Because, yeah, got to keep up with these hearts. So there's that. Now I'm going to just move this out of the way here, so hopefully I won't cause an avalanche. And then I was cutting some gray sheets because I have a project where I need something very neutral. So I figured, well, you know, maybe my Thrifties want some of these too. And if not, it doesn't matter because it's a great way to store these nice and flat and neat. So I have this lighter gray that has, you know, kind of this plaid pattern in here. It's kind of a little bit yellow color. Beige, I don't know, and then sort of the cream color in there with the slate gray and then the lighter gray. So if you want one of those, I also have the fabric strip cut for it, so you can use these for you know, kind of a masculine type of journal or a neutral color or whatever. And then I have the darker gray as well, so I cut you know, lots in the dark gray, and I have the same dark gray strip, and it's roughly 4 inches. It might be like 3 and 3.75, or it could be 4.25. It was whatever it fit onto these cards that I'm wrapping them around. And these will also come with a little charm dangling from it. That'll be something complimentary. So if you want this gray fabric, just say gray fabric with the ribbon. And if you want all of them, just say all. And then I'll know. Excuse me. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And I don't expect everybody to take everything. I figured, you know, I'm cutting it anyway. It's a great way for me to store it ready to go, so that when I am doing a journal, I can just pull the color out that I need, and I've got it. So the next thing we're going to do is some books. I have a pile of these Rodale organic gardening books. Please don't ask me for one in particular. I'm not really going to show you much of the covers. They are from 1986 or earlier. I don't know what's in this pile here. What I like about them, there's some fun things to cut out. There's some great things that you can use for you know, words like the garden in your mind might be something. Classified ads, love that. There's lots of advertisements that you can use. You can cut these out into little pieces, and it's kind of fun going back to 1986. I mean, it doesn't sound like it was that long ago, but it's over 40 years already. And there are some colored pictures, you know, some things you might use. There might be some recipes. They're just fun little booklets. I love the yellowed color. I also love when they have these little cards to either buy something or to order something online. Because, you know, you see this business reply mail. I love those things because that's not how things are done nowadays, right? Now we do everything online, so we don't see these little papers anymore. So they're always fun when you can get those and tuck those into your journal, because they're nostalgic, and, you know, they're getting to the point where they're beyond vintage now. You know, we're into the 40 years, so So it's fun to collect those things and use them in our journals. And yeah, there's always some fun imagery in these things. Don't ask me which one you're going to get. Just ask for the gardening book and I will add it into your box. It'll be a surprise for you when you get it. And then I have another book here. Excuse me. I'm so sorry to be constantly doing this. I have these vintage songbooks. Now this one, I only have 3 and 3 for my Thriftees. So you can ask for whichever one you want, but when it runs out, you have the option of the other one or nothing. So you can decide that. It's going to be first come, first serve. I can't produce 6 of either of these, but I have 6 in total. So songs you love, they're all gospel songs. This is 1959, and they're just a smaller print that you can use and collage on, put napkins over top. You know the drill. I love the covers, and I've been talking about the things we're going to do with these covers, making some fun folios, but I haven't got there yet. So I have 3 in that design, and then 3 of them are these service songs for men. I don't know, it's got an American flag on here, but again, it's the same thing. It's just slightly bigger. So yes, if you want one of these, just say yellow or flag and I will know which one you want. But when I run out, please tell me. You will give me the option if you say yellow or nothing or flag or nothing, then I know you don't want this one if you can't have this one, and vice versa. But if you say yellow or either one, whatever, then I'll know that whatever's left, you will take one of the ones that's left. Okay. I like working with these Thriftees. They get it. They know it. So it's been fun and easy. And some of you actually take the words that I say, the exact words, and I laugh, when I say, puke green or funky this, I get that in the response. So I love it. So this next one is for those of you that venture into the coffee dyeing and paper dyeing and stuff. I went through all of my plastic doilies and I have now cut them up to the maximum. I've only got what I'm keeping, and the rest now has been put into these little kits. Now, I made 8 kits, so there are 2 extras. If anybody wants to purchase them, they will be going into my coffee shop this week. They're pretty much the same, but there's no guarantee on the exact piece of plastic you're going to get, because a plastic tablecloth is big and I cut them up whichever way I can. And some pieces are meant to be 8.5 by 11. It's more like 12 by 9 kind of thing, or 13 by 9, just so that you have it where it can cover your entire piece if you're doing coffee staining or paper dyeing. And then some pieces are meant for accent and some are just little pieces. So and I'm just going to go through this. There are, I don't know, 3 or 4. So sorry. So, you may get a piece like this, whether you use this part of it. I hope you can see that or whether you use the flowers or whether you cut it up is entirely up to you. There's just different kinds. And like I said, it's meant to go over top of the paper, and then that leaves the impression on your paper when it dries. And you can use them over and over again. Some of them are long strips, where you would you can use it as a long piece, or you can cut the doilies out individually and use those on your stuff. Every pack is different because I just cut up everything I had, and then I just said eeny, meeny, miny, mo until they were gone. And so here's another big one. This has got that kind of pineapple, but no guarantee that you'll get a pineapple. You might get, a rose and no pineapple, and vice versa. And then, when I was done, I had all these little offcuts. So I cut those up, and whatever you got. Like this one's got a flower. Again, some of them have pineapples. In this case, you got 2 flowers. I think I had lots of these flowers. I think everybody got at least one for sure, and then more of this doily here. So it's just, you know, when you're doing your coffee dyeing, and if you haven't got any of these yet, this is a great starter kit. And then I gave you each a little gold one. So this will make an interesting pattern on the paper as well. I'm looking forward to using mine soon. And then a little square one, another little doily. And then I gave you 3 pieces of these plastic doily borders. Now I cut off that thick edge so that that's not there. And the different colors don't mean anything. You got 2 pieces that are this pattern. So you can do, you know, more than one at a time. This is about, it's a little over 12 inches. Yeah, 12, 13 inches. And then this one has little flowers. Oh, it goes this way. Little flowers. So yeah, you might have, I think you might get 2 green or 2 blue. It was just how I was cutting them up as to what you got. So there's that. So plastic doily collection, or however you want to say it, plastic doilies, I will know to add this to your pile. Oh, yeah, I need a break. And then I went through my tissue papers, and again, no guarantee as to what you got. It was eeny, meeny, miny, mo. For the most part, you will recognize some of these in your pile when you get it. And they are full-size sheets of vintage tissue paper, and some are wrapping papers that are included in this lot. So what I use these for, well, I use them for collage, but I also cut them into signature page size because it's fun sounding in our journals, and it's fun to just use it as an overlay paper where you just kind of flip and you've got this delicate paper in there. You can die cut these, or my thing is to use them as collage over book pages so that you can see the writing coming through. A variety of uses. And if you don't like a color, you can wrap a gift in it. So I think there's 8. 1, 2, each one is different for the patterns, but generally the same. If you didn't get something, you got something else, and equally nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one feels thick. 6, 7, and this one is a paper, not a tissue, but again, you can cut it up and use it for signature pages. So 8 in total. So if you want the wrapping tissue paper, I will probably even go back and add 1 sheet of my handwritten postal paper that everybody loves so much. I don't have any handy, but for those of you who have gotten packages from me, you probably got a piece. So I will probably add some of that as well to this collection. But so yes, if you want the paper, just say tissue wrapping paper. So that's it for my video for today. Thrifties, leave your comments below. I hope you mark down everything that you want. And there will be more coming again on Thursday when I do my Thrifty Canucks video, because that's when you actually get to take things from stuff that I've shopped. And I did find a few things this week that are fun and interesting, so we'll see. So that's it for my video. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, if you want to become a thrifty in the new year, go to that video, watch the video, leave a comment on that video, and I will capture your information there, your name, and be in contact with you through there. If you like free digitals, over 800 that I'm offering, and a really good collection from Caroline. I don't know what her count is. Maybe she can tell me one of these days. But yeah, that I'm sure we're way over the 1,000 mark of free digital printables. Over 1,000 easily. So yeah, join our group. This is the best way to get information about when we're posting new ones. Now, I'm going to talk about this just a little bit, because right now I'm still posting, and I think Caroline does too, in a lot of other groups. Like we post in our own groups, but we also post in additional groups. But that's going to stop eventually, because it's a lot of work to cover all these groups. But right now we're just trying to get people interested in what we're doing. And in this group, we don't have feeds of selling. There's no selling in this group. There are no, look what I made today. That stays in the groups where they belong in the other groups. This is a group just for Caroline and myself to post and show you new digitals. And it's a way to keep everything nice and clean. So you can scroll and see images of what you want to download and click and go and download those images. Some of you have problems with it. Just leave us a message or check the information on our group, and you know, for instructions if you're having some difficulties with downloading. But that's why we kept this group clean the way it is. So it's just for the two of us. It's a way for us to showcase them, get you interested in our products. Yeah, it's a little bit selfish, but you know, it's just a way for us to always know that you can see. You don't have to go through weeks and weeks and weeks of posts to find out, where did I see those black cats? You know, it's going to be there. It's just going, you know, you're probably going to download 10 other things before you get to the black cats, but you know, the black cats are there. So just to refresh. And so eventually, because it's a lot of work to stop and post in every group, eventually we're just going to probably post in our own groups, because we know that that's where you can find the content right away. So I suggest that you join the creative collections of free digital printables, because there for sure, you know, you're going to get notification, and you know, it's a clean group that you know, clean, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have a lot of garbage in there. And it's not garbage. I shouldn't say garbage. It's just, it doesn't have anything else when you're specifically coming there to look for free digitals. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much for watching. It is Thanksgiving Day. By the time you watch this, I'll have already eaten my turkey, and I'll be on the couch saying, oh my God, I ate too much. But I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you have the opportunity to share with others what you are thankful for, and enjoy the day. I am thankful for this community. I am thankful to be able to share the creative experience with all of you. And that's it. That's all. Bye for now. Talk to you soon.